Hey, Link, twofold. The first inning at the plate, how important was that to set that kind of tone, especially in the unusual position of being the visiting team at home? And then just what you got from Mercer today.
Our guys were locked in, and they laid off some tough pitches. The hit by pitch, and then I did cold walk. For me to recount the inning, I don't know if I can, but the guy on the mound's good. Like, UConn's a good team, and that is a very good starting pitcher. You look at the numbers, it's good. And our guys have seen good pitchers, and the focus and ability to manage the at bat and lay off some tough pitches is really kind of what got it going. And Miller, was going to bunt, base hit bunt, and took it for ball one, and we turned him loose, and he smoked it. And then, Putsy, I think, hit the ball hard to the third baseman. It was good to see some positive things happen. And then you now have that chance for your big guy to deliver. And it got to 2 strikes, and he hung in there, and he crushed that. We all have seen now the capabilities that he has. And that blow, if you look back, you could say it won the game, but it changed, obviously, how the early part of that game was played on our end. Will could pitch to contact. He was great. There were balls that found their way through, but when you feel like he's on the ground with it, he's been effective. Sometimes when he's up a little bit and the ball's in the air, not as good. But today, ground balls, defense played well. He was in command. He was running fastballs up there pretty good today. We don't have the technology to get the velos right now with the tournament, but he was good. Maybe as good as I've seen him, and that's a good physical team. He was in total control of what he was doing. And he got his longest start for us. There's not a better time for it. We told you guys initially we thought he might throw out of the bullpen, but when he wasn't bouncing back, we just started stretching him out. And we stretched him today more, and he was fine. Good, great stuff.
Just really quickly here, Nico, 8 RBIs today, 4 homers, 12 RBIs in 2 games. Do you remember having another guy in that kind of rhythm for you in the postseason?
No, I do not. And you might be hard pressed to find somebody that has.
And then my last one, it looked like they debuted a new home run celebration today over there in the on deck circle, sort of a pounding of the sword or something like that. Did you design that?
Absolutely not. I don't really know what they're doing, and it's just some of those things that organically develop, and I think they're good. I don't think it's over the top. We've sat through far worse than that on the other side. So, they're engaged, and they like to compete, and the enthusiasm and the energy that's created in this setting, it was good, and they're having fun.
Hey, Coach, how does it feel to set a program record for runs scored in an NCAA tournament game?
Electric, Mark. it was fun. It was great, and there was a lot of guys that contributed. I can't say enough about the offensive game. It's hard to summarize that type of performance. And I know the wind was pushing a little bit. I think that I'm still learning the stadium, and it makes up for some of those days, maybe in late March, when if that wind's the other way, it's a different game, which is why we lean so heavily on the pitching and defense and the running and being able to bunt, because sometimes the conditions might not allow it. But it was awesome. I'm very proud of the effort and the execution.
And then when we talked to Ryan Cole, he said basically today's in the past now. This game's in the past. We still have to win one more. What does that just say about your team's mindset and focus right now in one of the biggest times for Notre Dame baseball recently?
And these guys, they've played one game at a time. And we talk about that kind of before every game. And then we also talk about it after the game too. Like, the scoreboard's going to say 0-0, and they know that. And you have to now process, whether it's UConn or Central Michigan, how you can find a way to beat that team. And they've embraced that thought. I think a lot of teams would try to say that they do, but you can watch our guys and how they handle different ball games, and they really, at an extremely high level, embrace what it takes to try to figure out the game that's next on the docket.
Link, from a pitching staff standpoint, I don't know how it could be a better situation. You probably couldn't even have drawn it up like this.
No.
Uh, who do you think goes first tomorrow?
Oh, Tim, I don't know. Let me look at my thing. I guess, Aiden he's had some good starts, and Rayo's had some times where he's good. I don't know yet. Chuck and I will break it down here in a few minutes, but I don't know. Like, we still have the best thing about it, regardless of who goes out there, the ability to left, right, and mix and match it a little bit, I think is the whole key, regardless of who we run out there. So, Tim, I don't know right now. Like, if I knew, I'd tell you guys, man. I don't.
Yeah, well,
just,
and you don't know who your opponent is yet either. So
no, and I don't know that that's the big deal. Like, I don't know that that's the factor that makes us decide it. I just think it's how we use our own personnel.